the deal has been made between the Rams and the Patriots. They're getting together in 2 days. We spent some time last hour talking about the whole psychology of whether to elect the ball or defer to the second half if the Rams win the toss. If the Patriots win the toss, they take the ball?
No. I don't know what they'll do. I think they would take the ball right now. I think the way their offense is playing and the way they're running the football, I think you might see a different approach from Bill Belichick and company. I believe they won the toss in the Chargers game, right? And they took the ball for one of the rare times and went right down the field. I think they have tremendous confidence and mojo working right now.
I think that what they did to the LA Chargers, I mean, you'd love to come out and score every possession indefinitely.
Right.
But I just feel like there's going to be an urgency by the Patriots to come out and start fast. They haven't in any of the Super Bowls in the Bill Belichick, Tom Brady era. 3 total points in 8 first quarters.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's unbelievable.
It is.
And we've seen some shakiness. We've seen some nerves. Remember Super Bowl 46? Tom Brady had that safety because he threw that long ball
down
out of
the middle
end
to
zone,
no one, right?
And they dropped a flag, and people were like, "Why would they drop a flag?"
Right.
You never think of intentional grounding on a 60-yard pass,
right?
But they've been shaky
yes.
in past Super Bowls, and I think that. They'll try whether they succeed or not, but I think they'll try to come out and really make a statement like they did against the Chargers.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, the way they run the football, and I think that this is going to be the key matchup of the game. Is this Patriots offense versus the Rams defense? The Rams. Hey, once again, Aaron Donald and Ndamukong Suh, they've been playing like lights out, games of their lives the last few weeks, and like disciplined within that. They're going to have to do it one more time to win this football game. There's so many things I look at, but you talked about like the Patriots coming out, their pace of play, how they line up at the line of scrimmage, set hut, and it's a run this way and a run that way and a play action pass. The one thing I worry about, you've heard me say all week, and I'm sick of saying it really, is I do worry about the Rams' depth. I know that. I worry also about the Rams lining up. This is something that has been a common theme as I evaluate the Rams, and even in the Saints game, there was a number of plays where they're still talking to each other and Drew Brees is snapping the ball. Well, I could tell you old Billy Ballgame Belichick sees that, and he's going to test their communication and get up to the line of scrimmage and do things like that very quickly. Be important for the Rams to get off a good start. And the other factor we haven't really talked about in this game, like I've missed this and I'm mad at myself for it, but the James White factor. I mean, New England, of course, how could they not look at that Saints game and go, look at Alvin Kamara and look at the approach the Rams took? And we can do the same things with James White. So the Rams defense is going to have some wrinkles for the back out of the backfield, so they just don't feed off of that and get James White one-on-one with the linebacker time after time after time. That could be an issue as well. And
it was that comment from Bill Belichick over the weekend about the Wade Phillips defense and how it hasn't changed in 30 years. And it sounded like praise. And there was buzz around the league that's really not praise. If anything, that's a subtle warning that Bill Belichick is going to know exactly what needs to be done. Now, it didn't necessarily help 3 years ago in the AFC Championship game when the Broncos beat the Patriots, but different time, different place.
Different team and Patriots,
we know how
more balanced.
The Patriots struggle in Denver anyway, especially in the postseason.
And they threw the ball 50-something times that game. They had no run game that year, if you remember, for the Patriots. That's what's different about them. This is the first year Brady's in the Super Bowl since his early Super Bowls where it's not about Brady, and I don't mean that in like a bad way. Brady's the man. I'm just saying he said it yesterday. The heartbeat of their football team is their offensive line this year and what they do there. And a lot of their success is predicated off of that.
Think about the chain of events. Last February, Tom Brady has 505 passing yards in the Super Bowl.
Right.
And they lose. 2 months later, they draft Sony Michel in round 1.
And a right tackle in round 1.
Yeah, and so, hey, here's what we're doing. We are committing to the run because we know, especially at Tom Brady's age, you don't want him to have to be that sitting duck back there 50 times a game.
Right.
Because he's not going to stay on the field if he's getting pass rush that often. And, you put it best in the aftermath of the Chiefs game. Running the ball on 3rd and 5, running the ball on 3rd and 4, running the ball on 3rd and 6.
Right.
That takes a lot of steam out of the pass rush because as you're trying to get to the quarterback, Sony Michel's running right by you.
Right.
And we could see that over and over again early in this game.
Yeah, we definitely could. And I think that's, again, I think the early part of the game, we know every part of the game is important, but the early part especially, the Rams got to get some stops. If their defense is on the field a whole lot, I do worry about them, because because of that lack of depth and all of that. And I also worry about a young football team like the Rams. If they got down 10-0 to the Patriots early in the Super Bowl, you know, any athlete's going to go, whoa, okay, maybe we don't know what we're dealing with here, and it's the Super Bowl Patriots, and this is our first time here, and all of those things. So I do think the start of the game, and as we talked about a million times with the Patriots, self-scout thyself, okay? Because
putting in thy does not make
it sounds so intelligent when I put the thy there. But then the biggest thing is, you know, what you're just talking about with Wade Phillips, right? I mean, Wade Phillips, Bill Belichick, 30 years, they've been playing the same defense. Well, Wade, you better have a few wrinkles for old Billy Ball game, because if you're going to do the same things you've been doing for 30 years, I was there in New England one of the times we played a Wade Phillips Houston Texans defense. And yes, the Patriots were very comfortable with the game plan going into those games. And you've got to throw a few curveballs and disguise, Mike. Disguise is huge. Brady's not going to be tricked, but at least maybe make him think, oh, it's this coverage, and then he snaps. He gets the ball and he looks up and he goes, oh no, it's a different coverage. Those little things, just little minute things, can really help a football team out.
After the Patriots came back from down 28-3 2 years ago to beat the Falcons, Tom Brady said, there is nothing that anyone can show me that I haven't already seen. And he retains the physical ability to take what he sees before the snap and find the open receiver and get rid of the ball.
Right.
2 years later, he's got even more in that database that he can draw upon, and experiences and everything he's seen. And experience, I think, that's been the thing that sold me. Like, after the Patriots lost to the Dolphins with that crazy, miraculous finish with Gronk on the field playing defense, and then after they lost to the Steelers, like, okay, they've got 2 manageable games. They get a little help in week 16 or 17. They're still going to get their bye. The experience factor is going to kick in, and they're going to be right back in the Super Bowl. And I started saying then they're going to be right back. Why? Here it comes.
Yeah.
They're setting us up. They're going to be back in the Super Bowl, and here they are. And you look at their experience, and you mentioned the possibility of the Rams team being broken mentally. And I remember back in the 70s and the 80s, when there would be a blowout in the Super Bowl, it would typically happen when one team fell behind by 10 or more points. The one time that flipped was Super Bowl 22, when the Broncos were up 10-0 after one quarter, and Washington just exploded for 35 in the second quarter. But usually it was, you get broken. And I feel like this Rams team can get broken. That's why I've been saying all week,
I know
feel like
you
it's
have.
going to be a blowout, because I think Belichick, Brady, they're going to understand the value of jumping on this team early and the potential for getting one of these guys to snap. Somebody's going to be grabbing a necklace. Somebody's going to be stomping on someone's arm. Somebody's going to do something when the pressure kicks in and they feel it start to slip away, because they've never had it slip away on a stage like this before.
Well, you know, I'm throwing the challenge flag on there, big guy. It's erroneous on all accounts. Erroneous.
Stay for the game, and you can stick it in my face as it happens.
I think I will be absolutely, I'm going to call you. What am I going to call you next week if it's a blowout? What did I say? Stable, whatever, genius, whatever am I calling you?
You're going to call me super genius.
Super genius, all next week. I don't think that's going to
happen. More than a week.
But hey, the Rams were down 13-0 in the Superdome against against the Saints, and they came back. I don't think they're going to be overly flustered. I know it's a Super Bowl, but it also won't be a home field advantage type crowd. It's a Super Bowl crowd. So that's where I'll just push back at you, Mike Florio.
Let me say this.
Yeah.
If they get down 13-0 this time, and whatever switch flipped 2 weeks ago doesn't flip now, and it becomes 16 or 20, that's when.
Well, I'll say this.
That's when it's over.
To your point, if they make some of the mistakes they made early in the New Orleans game, I can promise you that Brady and company are not going to settle for field goals, and that where it could be a blowout. So if they don't come out and play a smart football game, if Gurley drops a pass and it gets intercepted, and the Patriots have the short field twice, the Patriots are not going to miss out on those opportunities. I would agree with you there. But I think the Rams, I just think the Rams are the more talented football team. That's what scares me. I'm picking the Patriots, as you know, but I do think the Rams are more talented, but it's not just about talent in football. It is about depth, schematics, so many things, situational football, so many things go into winning a football game, and the masters of that are the New England Patriots.
Fran Tarkenton.
Yeah.
John Elway.
Right.
Jim Kelly.
Yeah.
Do you know what club they're in?
Well, they lost more than 2 Super Bowls.
They lost consecutive Super Bowls.
Consecutive
the
ones.
only quarterbacks who lost consecutive Super Bowls.
Right.
I think the one factor we cannot overlook.
Yeah.
Tom Brady doesn't want to join that club.
Yeah, I know.
Tom
I hear
Brady's
you.
still pissed about what happened last year.
I hear you.
Tom Brady's going to do everything in his power. Man, to me, you see it happening in the locker room before the game. He is going to go to every guy, and he is going to make sure that they see what they're going to have to deal with if they lose that game. Because he's not losing 2 in a row.
Well, I mean, yeah, sure, he's going to be competitive as hell. I mean, we know that, but they're not like God. I mean, I know they're really freaking good, but
it's funny you say it, because if he'd walk up here right now, you would genuflect.
If Tom Brady,
you would wash his feet.
If Tom Brady was here right now, yes, I love Tom Brady. You know that. I do. That's why I hate when people say I'm a Tom Brady hater. It drives me crazy.
Oh, it's only because you mentioned he cheated every chance you get.
I would say that to him to his face, too. I'd go, you know what? I'm
While
mad.
washing his feet?
I would go, I'm mad you did that because you were like my idol, and I'm mad you did that. And that's all I would say to him, and then I'd get over it. He might punch me in the face right there or something, but I would just go, okay, sorry, I had to get it off my chest. I like you a lot. But your points, I hear all of that. I do. I understand that. And I think it's, to a degree, it's one of the reasons I do feel the Patriots will win the game, too, because I'm just like, I can't picture them losing 2 Super Bowls in a row. That can't happen in this football team. But I don't think it's going to be a blowout. Not this day and age. This Rams team is tough. They are battle-tested. They went through a bad part of the year, and I would be shocked if they're not within 1 score at the end of this football game.
39-20, just like Super Bowl 21.
Oh, you love it. I can't believe he's going with that.
Big defensive coordinator was Bill Belichick.
You're right. It was.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.